Times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light. It was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope. It was the winter of despair. We had everything before us. We had nothing before us. We were all going direct to heaven. We were all going direct the other way. In short, the period was so far like the present period that some of its noisiest authorities insisted on its being received, for good or for evil, in the superlative degree of comparison only.
Father's been missing for 5 years, probably dead. Her mother is dead now as well.
She never should have left England to marry that Frenchman.
As agent for Dr. Manette's estate, it falls upon me to find a place for the job.
Well, Mr. Lorry, you found it. Lucy, I am Miss Pross. I raised your mother from the time she was a little girl, just like you.
She does not yet speak English. Worse than that, I'm afraid she's grown quite attached to me.
The rest of you should be so attractive.
Do not hesitate to contact me if there is anything further to discuss. Of a business nature, of course. Oh my, this is very unusual.
Not so very. Come, little one, come with me.
Being cared for by a former servant, Defarge, and his wife. We're going to Paris to get him. This is my messenger, Jerry Cruncher. As travel is dangerous, he's coming with us to Paris as a bodyguard for protection.
Who's going to protect us from the bodyguard?
How do I know what to feel? Only a ghost, shadows of form.
Marquis drives like the devil.
He'll kill one of us one day.
If we don't kill him first.
When people are thirsty and ready and willing, then it won't be long till something else but wine is spilling. The butcher is idle when people are starving, and it won't be long till there's enough kind of carving. Look into the future, and what do you see there? And if we do nothing, can you guarantee we'll be there? Stop calling to heaven, stop praying for answers. Just know the divine intervention is the hand of man.
These two want to see what you have upstairs. They're both good patriots, Defarge.
See, I'm a good patriot too.
Is it true he was 17 years in the Bastille? Buried alive for no reason, with no trial.
Only an aristocrat could make a man disappear like that.
Was it the Marquis?
I can't remember who it was.
They follow us now. What are we waiting for, Defarge?
We're waiting till we have guns of our own. But when's the finish? Just where is the ending? How far is too far when are we past the point of bending? Look into the future, and what do you see there? And if we do nothing, can you guarantee that we will be there? Knows the world is black and cold and human life is cheap. You've always known most men were out for blood and heaven's fast asleep. But you must keep that rage inside you and remember every wrong. And it won't be long when tomorrow comes, we can make them pay. And it won't be long when tomorrow comes, we can make them bleed. And we can make this world the way it ought to be. When will we see that day? Will it be that way, the way it ought to be?
Madame Defarge, I'm Jarvis Laurie from Tellson's Bank in London. Is your husband here?
You have a message for him?
Yes, recalled to life.
Monsieur Defarge,
You wouldn't remember me. I worked for your father. Forgive me, mademoiselle, but you look so much like your mother.
She told me that he was dead.
We thought he was.
What happened to him?
The doctor was called away one night. There had been an accident and he was needed. He never came back.
is he greatly changed?
He wouldn't know you.
He can't remember himself.
Come with me.
I've longed for him my whole life, and now he's here, and I'm afraid.
Courage, I'll go first.
I don't suppose they have a phrase in French for soap and water?
Good day, monsieur. You have a visitor. Can you tell this gentleman your name?
My name?
Yes.
105 North Tower.
Can you name the man who's responsible for your trouble, monsieur?
Where is it? Where did I put it?
What are you looking for?
The letter. I had it here. I know I did.
You left it in the Bastille. We had no time to find it. Don't you remember?
No.
Dr. Manette. Dr. Manette, do you remember me?
Who are you? It is the same, but she's dead. How can it be? She was lost to me. She had laid her head upon my shoulder, and when I was brought to the tower, I found hair like this my sleep. How was this? Was it you?
She was my mother. Weep for your wife, who could not bear to live without you by her side. She hid your torture from me, and she told me you had died. Close your eyes, let memory fly away. You'll never be alone again. Come with me. We'll find a brighter day. You'll never fear the dark again. We both were lost, but now that's all behind us. All the endless years I never knew you. Lay down
Have the voice.
your pain.
These are her
The
hands.
shadows
Your
of
eyes
the
so
past.
true.
You have seen the very last of what you knew. I'll help you to forget the emptiness you've known. You'll never be alone again. Together we'll begin
That life lost long ago.
You'll never be alone again. We're going home.
Be quick, Thingabell. What is it today?
Your tenants, the Claudin family, Excellency. Yesterday, their youngest son was caught stealing one of your chickens.
I trust he was punished appropriately.
Under your standing orders, Excellency, the boy's hands were cut off.
So?
So the boy can't work, and the family can't pay their rent.
So now I suppose, because this dog has been rightfully punished, I should be robbed again? Evict them!
It's good to see you've lost none of your fabled compassion, Uncle. The name of Evermont may yet become the most hated name in France.
A hatred shared by you, no doubt. I hear you've taken to using your mother's name, Monsieur Darnay,
Your spies are accurate, as always.
and that you're going to England again.
For good this time.
What about your responsibilities here?
If your land ever passed to me, I'd give it back to the peasants you've stolen it from.
Take care, nephew. I hear the Bastille is quite uncomfortable this time of year.
I wouldn't be the first innocent man you sent there, would I?
Your Excellency, please, forgive him. He's young, he's outspoken.
How many times have I forgiven him all that he's said and he's done? All because he's my flesh and blood, my dear, sweet, dead brother's son.
I ask no favors, not one thing from you.
You only wish I was dead.
I just wish you could see the poor as more than swine that must be bled.
I will protect the family position.
You will protect your power and wealth. Look in your heart and see how it's dying.
My heart is fine, it's you ought to mind your health.
I've watched you ever since my father died, shaming the family name. Father wasn't a saint, but I believe he tried to be a decent man.
Isn't a son's affection beautiful, just like your mother's his wife? Did he tell you that we shared everything? You and me might be closer relations than you know.
You mark my words and remember them well. You would be dead if I thought that were true. Take your inheritance, spend it in hell. Take the damn family name. Take all the lies and the blame. I renounce the name Evremond.
Just say goodbye, Charles Darnay. Gabelle, show him out.
You can tell everyone I'm dead if you like.
If you insist. But I really hate to have to lie to people.
That went well.
You did everything you could, Charles.
And now I'm asking you to do the rest. I've signed everything I own over to you. Everything my mother left me. Use it to help that family and anyone else who needs it.
How will you live?
There's a radical new idea called working. I thought I'd try it.
Good luck, Charles. Be careful.
You too, my friend.
Must be awfully embarrassing having a nephew like that, your Marquis. And him, your only living relative.
For the time being. These papers should ensure that my nephew and I have no more unpleasant reunions. Don't disappoint me.
I never would, your Marquis. Start swinging the way that she nags. We should heave her and leave her in Dover.
Dr. Manette, I wonder, would you allow me to arrange a coach to take us all to London?
That's business, young man. Because it is business, I've taken care of it. Come, Dr. Manette. The coach is waiting.
Miss Manette, well, you had nothing to worry about. Your father came through the storm with no trouble at all.
Because you gave up your cabin to keep us out of the rain, Mr. Darnay.
I was glad to help. Achoo! I beg your pardon, Miss Manette.
Oh, you're not catching a cold, are you?
Oh, no, of course not. Achoo!
Bless you, Mr. Darnay. You are catching a cold.
Lucy, get away from that Frenchman before you catch some foreign disease.
Miss Manette, may I see you again?
Oh, I do hope this collecting of stray people is not turning into a habit.
Lucy, we have to go. Your father is waiting.
It's time for you to go home now, Mr. Darnay. Goodbye.
But I was hoping I might...
We'll see you on Sunday. Now go away.
Sunday?
I was hoping that you might join us for supper.
There he is. That's bad. He's a spy.
What?
A spy. A French traitor. Oh, he dropped those highly incriminating papers just a minute ago.
That's a lie. Those aren't mine.
Oh, he's obviously a traitor against our glorious King George III. Oh, God bless him.
All right, bring him along. But I haven't done anything. Miss Minette, you have to believe me.
Foreigners, you can't believe a word they say.
Mr. Lorry, please do something.
Oh, I can't get involved. I'm on official business with Jelson's bank.
But he's not a spy. He can't be.
Mr. Lorry, I know that man what accused Mr. Darnay. His name is John Barsad, and he is not an honest type.
Ah, very well. I'll speak with my attorney, Mr. Stryver, as soon as we get back to London.
And don't you worry, Miss Pross. Mr. Stryver hands off all his responsibilities to associate Mr. Carton. And when Mr. Carton's too drunk to work, I help him out in certain capacity.
That's good to know, Mr. Cruncher. Then I don't expect we'll be seeing Mr. Darnay ever again.
Work getting away again, Mr. Carton?
Absolutely not. The problem has been solved, as all problems are solved, Jerry.
And don't get me wrong, I got my 3 or 4 bottles a day, same as the next fella, but how do you get anything done?
It's the only way to get anything done. This is the ablest assistant I know. It improves the sight, smell, and taste of everything. If you ask me, the world could use a shot of whiskey in its glass. I've earned the right to judge. I've learned a lot observing on my arse. This little bottle keeps mankind at bay and far away from me. And when I'm blind with drink, I like the world I see. I even think the world's the way it ought to be. What more could we want out of life, Jerry? For 2 free Englishmen with 2 full bottles. It's the best of times.
Confound it, Sydney, this is a legal office, not a tavern.
And it's the worst of times.
You're supposed to be working on that Frenchman case, not laying around getting drunk. Yeah. And with him.
Keep your wig on, Stryver.
Get out of here, Cruncher.
I'll see you outside, Mr. Carton. I'm going to take this fella to the medical college next door. They're expecting him.
You never let me have any friends.
Well, he could find more distinguished company, you know. The man's a grave robber.
Call him oversensitive, but he prefers the term resurrectionist.
You don't suppose he had anyone in that bag, do you?
I took a peek, and it did look a lot like our last client.
You should take things more seriously, Sydney. Have you found out anything about this witness against Darnay, the, Barsad?
Not a thing.
Well, we've got to get this Frenchman acquitted. I promised that lovely Miss Minette that I would save him.
You'll have no chance with that little doll if you save the handsome Frenchman.
Don't be ridiculous. Why would she choose the poor French teacher when she could have an advancing attorney like me? No, she's just one of those people who does things for others without expecting anything in return. What would you call them?
Imaginary.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen? The Dover coach has been attacked again. These are dangerous times, Sydney.
I know. It's not even safe to go to the corner to throw up anymore.
Honestly, Sydney, you're a mess.
Thank you.
And where are you off to now?
I'm going to find a way to do research for our case in a more jovial atmosphere. Jerry Cruncher happens to know of several taverns at which Mr. Barsad likes to drink.
How convenient for you.
And if we're lucky, he won't be at the first 5 or 6 we try.
Working hard is a curse, earns a man an early hearse. Slaving day and night's no way to like my load. Why shall we work an honest job when it's easier to cheat and rob?
Let some law-abiding simple slob take the high road. There's just no honest way. There's just no honest way.
Where you been?
I thought you looked especially thirsty, my friend, so I brought you 2 bottles.
I've been waiting to hear more about your exploits. Cruncher, your friend here is a genius.
Has he been bragging again? Did you tell him about the poor bugger you set up on the forgery charge?
I did indeed.
Fella got hanged for that.
Hey, you can thrive and take honesty alive.
Try to scale the moral peak and never backslide.
Those with all the power in their hands get the law about their demands, and the law-abiding man just stands on his backside.
There's just no honest way. There's just no honest way.
And if you go to court tomorrow, a certain Frenchman's up for treason.
No, you've been holding out on me. Now what are you up to tomorrow?
I can't say.
You're all talk, Barsad. I don't believe you're really a scoundrel at all. After all, I got a man hanged. What did you ever do?
Well, I'm not up to my own. I believe it's unfair to warn. I'll be anything you've done if you're sworn to silence. There's a marquis quite grand, with a nephew he can't stand, so good-hearted any normal chap would hate him. But tomorrow the word from me, he'll be French like Mona Lee, and they'll take him out and me decapitate him.
With no honest way, it's hard to keep from doing wrong.
And with no honest way, we have no choice but go along. Look at him like a tot. Should we wake him? Better not. What's that poking from his pocket? What's that token that he's got? Why is he loaded down with all this wealth? He'd be happier with just very nice. Well done, well done, well done. Oh, shh. There's just no honest way. There's just no honest way. There's just no decent law-abiding honest way. I'll see you in court tomorrow, Barsad. You get what you needed, Mr. Carton?
Yes, Jerry, I think so.
Want me to get your watch back?
No, that's my ace. Let him keep it. Besides, it wasn't mine anyway.
What? Oh, but...
The case of His Majesty against the Frenchman Charles Darnay. The prisoner you see here must be of no earthly good, or he would be here. While he was aboard ship, his treacherous mission was noticed by many through his shameless exhibition. The court calls Miss Lucy Manette. Thank God for law and order, and once a magic democratic show in town. The stench and heat are free to all. Though each time someone sneezes, some disease is spread. I'm short and tall, it's worth a great to see his grave. Oh, you just can't wait till they decapitate and stick his head on London Gate.
Miss Manette, did you see the prisoner have a conversation with someone before he joined you on the boat?
Yes, my lord.
Was the man by any chance a French gentleman?
I believe he was.
Were there any papers passed between them?
I think I saw papers.
Did they look anything like these papers?
Objection! All papers look like these papers, my lord.
Overruled. Just answer the question, yes or no, Miss Manette.
They looked like papers.
Yes or no, Miss Manette?
Yes.
And one thing more, Miss Manette. Did you have a conversation with the prisoner?
Yes.
Uh-huh. You did?
He was very kind to my father and myself. I hope I won't repay him by doing him any harm today.
Now, did the prisoner say anything about the treasonous American general, George Washington?
That was a joke.
Then what did he say?
I can't remember.
Oh, she's covering. Your Honor, please remind the witness that she is under oath, and the penalty for perjury is death.
I said that George Washington may gain a greater name in history than King George III.
Oh. Thank you, Miss Manette. That should be more than enough.
The fellow's a goner. He'll never get let off.
And it's an easy bet they'll get to cut his head off.
Treason. A man who is here for purity, patriotism.
He's the biggest cheat in town, testifying for the crown. He'll be lying up and down.
Thank God for Mr. Boston. And God he did his best, withstood the test, and gave it all he had. It had a statue 12 feet tall.
As far as the Titans here, it does appear to them they get a fuss. I trust people just dig deep.
On deck I was strolling. I noticed this Frenchman. He didn't seem like any ordinary henchman. He looked very honest, but I would discover he was a book where you must look inside the cover. He laid out his trench coat, and out of his pocket came tumbling papers which he'd sent into the docket. I thought it'd be helpful, bent down and retrieved them. But my eyes beheld such a sight I thought I'd not to see them. Troop position, streaks and plans. I'm a simple sort of man, just a trusting type of God, but it seems to me this man is about as kind of spy.
Rain down to up and down. Thank God for execution.
Though it's a pity that the pretty witness will not get her wish.
Offenders must not go scot-free. Give us some justice and give us this Frenchman gutted like a fish. Want to doubt her loyalty, Great Britain must be free from foreign tyranny. How could she disagree?
The happy with if dare to disagree.
Just a minute, Mr. Bassard. A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yes. Where were you last night?
I was at home, reading my Bible.
You were not out getting drunk at Goat's Gut Tavern on Old Kent Road and bragging about framing Mr. Darnay for treason.
Absolutely not!
Are you absolutely sure that Mr. Darnay was the man carrying these treasonous papers on the boat from France?
Absolutely!
Are you quite sure it was Mr. Darnay carrying these papers, and it wasn't another gentleman who looked like him? Say, for example, my esteemed colleague, Sidney Carton. May Mr. Carton stand, Your Honor?
If he can't.
Careful. And may Mr. Carton remove his wig? Now, does not Mr. Carton look extraordinarily like the prisoner? Could not he have been the man carrying these papers on the boat? Take a close look. After all, we do not execute people for making a simple mistake. Not for perjury, on the other hand, or for stealing a watch.
Well, now that I think about it, it wasn't him. I made a mistake. I like to take back my testimony.
Certainly you may, Mr. Barnsard. The witness has recanted, Your Honor, and we request that all charges be dropped.
Case dismissed.
Tough luck, Barnsard. Oh, you've got some gall speaking to me. I knew you was a criminal, but a lawyer. Oh, you ought to be ashamed.
Thank you all so much. And thank you, Miss Manette.
I'm so relieved, Mr. Darnay. I was afraid of saying something that might harm you.
And I was afraid you wouldn't say it, which might have harmed you.
That could never have happened. With the man as growing to Stryver handling the case.
And let's not forget Mr. Carton. Thank you for all your help in saving Mr. Darnay.
From what I can gather, all the fellow did was stand up.
A feat of heroic proportions.
And I'm glad Mr. Carton stood up when he did. And now that Mr. Darnay has been rescued, you must all come over sometime to celebrate.
What an excellent idea. When?
Well, we sometimes have guests on Sundays.
Sunday has been excellent.
Dr. Manette, are you all right?
Father, what is it?
It's nothing. I'm fine, Lucy.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, of course.
We had better go. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night. Ugh. I thought they'd never leave.
Well, you made a nice impression, as usual.
That's my motto. Always leave a dent.
Well, next time behave yourself in front of the lovely young lady. She could end up being my wife someday.
Was she lovely?
You wouldn't have noticed her unless she walked by and had a tray with a bottle on it. Oh, don't mind him, Darnay. The most disagreeable chap you'll ever meet. Honestly, Sidney, just because your parents didn't like you, does that mean the rest of us have to suffer for it?
No, you've got it all wrong. It's me who didn't like them.
Terrible people, my parents. Always nagging. Mind your muddy shoes. No whiskey before breakfast. It was horrible.
Yes, well, I'll see you later at the office.
Much later.
Yes. Good night, Donnie.
Good night, and thank you again.
Yes, yes.
Give my love to Mother.
No, thank you, Carton. I should be going myself.
That's right, Donnie. Don't be seen standing around with me. You have your future to think about.
Thanks to you, and I'm very grateful.
No, don't thank me. I honestly couldn't care less what happens to you. It's just my job.
Well, then, I'm grateful you care about your job.
I'm sure you are. Now, if you really want to thank me, you'll buy me a bottle.
It's the least I could do, I suppose?
No, the least you could do is buy me a glass.
Round and round and round you go, round you go, having a splash. Round and round and round you go, round you go, with a bounding crash.
Well, Mr. Darnay, how do you like my home?
Your home?
Of course. This is where I live, and these people are my family.
Forgive me, Mr. Carton, but is this any kind of a life for you?
It's the only kind of life for me, Mr. Darnay. We all have to play the cards we've been dealt.
But don't you believe a man can change his destiny?
Absolutely not. You were cut out for your destiny in your cradle, and I was cut out for mine. Now, Mr. Darnay, will you give your toast?
A toast? To what?
To the only thing there is. It's right there on the tip of your tongue. I'll swear it's there.
To Miss Manette, then.
Ah, to Miss Manette, then. There's a sweet face, a sweet, compassionate heart. Was it worth almost losing your life to have someone like that so concerned for you? And what chance do you think someone like me might have with someone like that? I don't understand you, Mr. Darnay. Here I share my sister with you, and you won't even put a good word in for me with your little doll, Miss Manette.
I owe a debt to you, sir, but I will not have the young lady spoken of in that tone.
You won't.
No, Mr. Carton, I won't.
Very well, then. I won't either. Waiter! Another. You were an ass again, but you're consistent. Why should you treat a man like that just because he's better than you? He can't help it. Apparently it doesn't take a lot to be better than you. Would she have looked that way at you if you'd been standing in his place? Oh, what's the difference, man? She's just a doll, no soul behind that lovely face. And yet that lovely face will haunt you and follow you to bed, and while you're trying to forget her, she'll steal inside your head, and then she's holding you so close, and there is nowhere you can hide. You cannot fight her, you must invite her to come inside. And then you're dreaming she's beside you, and you believe she's real, and in her arms you can't remember the pain you used to feel, and now the world's not too unkind, and every doll's not made of stone. But when the dawn comes and you awaken, you're still alone. Nothing real, just a dream, just a dawn. And yet, dolls can be beautiful. They live within a different world, so easy on the eye. But careful not to touch. It wouldn't do for you to touch or come too close.
And all of them are true. And if the memory fails, then this does well to mark the things men do. So I remember for the ones who die, the ones who cannot speak, until the judgment comes, a day they'll never see. I need a picture of the way it ought to be.
Dearest nephew Charles Darnay, I hope this letter finds you well. I hear you had a lovely stay inside the walls of London's finest prison. In fact, I hear it's quite a minor miracle that you survived it all. Amazing, in fact, that you're still intact.
Merry Christmas, Lucy.
Merry Christmas, Charles.
Merry Christmas, Miss Pross.
We'll be late for church. No time for pleasantries.
Would you mind if I didn't go with you tonight? There's something I'd like to speak to your father about.
Is everything all right?
Yes. I just need your father's advice about something.
Well, tell him you're here.
Who are we going to get to escort us through the streets at this hour?
I'm sure Mr. Laurie has arranged something for you, Miss Pross.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Sweet merciful heavens! I suppose we should be grateful you are going to church. I only pray there's a strong chain on the collection box.
I further hear you've made some interesting friends, a doctor with a daughter. I wonder how they view your privileged past, or if they know of it at all. Legend has it he was quite unjustly sent to prison by members of your very own class. And then he lost his wits. What a shame. I wonder if he'd recognize your name.
There's something in his face. There's something I don't trust. A memory I can't place from long ago. Yet he's been so kind, to doubt him is unjust. For Lucy's sake, I'll put it from my mind. I must. There are no words I know to say the way I feel. Words aren't enough to show you I'm sincere. I've held this in as long as I can stand. Because of you. Out of respect. I understand. Lucy haunts my heart, haunts my thoughts, my prayers, my dreams, my nights, my days. This all along. She's everywhere that I turn. Can I do? I said I'd step aside my love. You share a special love, I swear by God above, I'd never take her love from you. I only hope to share in what's already there, to love you both and to be true. Does Lucy know? I've never told her so. Without your blessing, I've known. It's up to me to choose, but either way I lose. If she should love him, I must let her go. It seems like yesterday I stood there in his place when someone meant the world to me. She is my way, and someone gave the world to me. If Lucy feels the same, you have my blessing, sir. Nothing means more to me than her. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this trust, and to repay your faith, there is a secret you must learn. Darnay's not my name. Don't say another word. But doctor, please, you ought to know. Just let it go. Leave things the way they were, and not a word to her. Your heart is all she needs to know. The time has come, the time to set her free. She could not belong to me forever, could she? I'll help her to forget the emptiness she's known. She'll never be alone again. She'll never be alone again. At least I got her back, if for a little while. At least I had a little
Remind me to thank Mr. Lorry for our wonderful chaperones.
I'm the only one Mrs. Laurie sent, Miss Pross. These two are just chaperooning you for free.
Good evening, Mr. Cotton, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Miss Minette, Miss Pross, Jerry.
We've just come from services.
We didn't see you there.
Oh, I saw him. He was, way in the back.
Really?
Going fishing tonight, Jerry?
Why, yes we are.
How do you guys start?
It's the shovels. He gives it away every time.
Fishing for our old friend John Barsan. Pushed off a bridge and drowned like a rat. We're off to resurrect him. Maybe I'll get my watch back.
Sorry, Jerry.
Ladies? Gentlemen? Where?
Oh, go along then. One is as bad as the other.
Mr. Darnay and Mr. Laurie are over. Won't you come inside?
That's very kind of you, Miss Minette, but I'd prefer not to come tonight.
But it's Christmas Eve. No one should be alone on Christmas Eve.
The days and nights all look pretty much the same to me, Miss Minette.
I'm not surprised. Well, we're home. Time for everyone else to go home too. If they have one.
Miss Pross will only be a minute.
Well, make sure it is only a minute and tell him to button his coat for goodness sake before he gets himself sick and spreads his plague all over the neighborhood.
Merry Christmas, Miss Pross.
Merry Christmas yourself.
I think she likes me. Though she does not believe that I was in church tonight.
Well, she just didn't see you there. After all, you said you were in the back.
Miss Minette, the church hasn't been built that goes that far back. I was actually in a tavern, drinking.
Well, it's not our business where you were, Mr. Cotton. Besides, no one can judge you as harshly as you judge yourself.
Well, I know myself.
And we can't always be at our best.
I am at less than my best on a fairly regular basis.
And there's something to be said of consistency.
Do you always see the best in people?
Do you always see the worst?
Not at this moment.
Then there's hope for you yet, Mr. Cotton. I knew it.
Lucy, come into the house this instant. You have guests.
Please come inside.
Not tonight, Miss Minette. Not like this.
I understand. So you'll come tomorrow then? Mr. Darnay and Mr. Laurie will be here.
Miss Minette.
Lucy, please. You'll come for Christmas supper tomorrow, no arguments. We need to fatten you up, Mr. Cotton. You're not eating enough. Good night, and Merry Christmas.
What was that? And where did all those stars come from? Cotton, you're drunk. Aren't you? I can't recall a night so clear. The heavens seem an inch away, not cold and empty like before. A night as sweet as this tonight, I can't recall the taste of wine. Have I been drinking down my days, a crippled wretch content to roam? If I have been that man right now, I can't recall my sense of shame. Was failure born inside my heart, or did the many years of waste leave it there? Did I just feel it disappear because you care? The choice is mine. Tomorrow's at my feet. All yesterday's ahead. I pray I will not repeat. I can't recall a light so clear. The heavens seem an inch away, and not unfriendly after all. After all, if life was ever quite this sweet, I can't
Hello? Is anybody there?
I think somebody's coming.
Hello? Jerry! Are you there?
I think somebody's looking. Yeah, I think we'll leave you two alone to talk in private.
Oh, you ain't going nowhere. That's Miss Cruncher. Cover for me.
And this is me Aunt Edith, killed by a dangling participle.
Have you seen me husband, Jerry Cruncher? I've got to find him before he does something terrible. He spends most of his nights in this graveyard. He's a grave robber.
Blimey, woman! I am not a grave robber. I'm a resurrectionist. It's bad enough I have to go being preyed upon on my own home. Now you go embarrassing me in front of my fellow tradesmen in public.
Not the 10 Commandments, Jerry. You're breaking them.
Which one? Thou shalt not dig up thy neighbor. Besides, what about this sin of ingratitude? Do you know the real reason that we came to this graveyard at this ungodly hour?
Yes, Jerry, please tell me.
I come here to give you these. I picked them special just for you.
Those are nice.
Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Though you've got to fill them out a bit with some baby bread.
Oi.
But they're lovely, just lovely.
Yes, yes, they are. And now you gone and spoiled it with all your spying and your flopping.
I am worried about your soul, Jerry.
Oh, everything I do for you and a little cruncher. If I were rid of wife and kid, my life would be my own.
You'd never care if he was solving if you're not at home.
But selfish ain't my way.
Odd jobs don't pay.
What's wrong if I provide some extra on the side to dry a rainy day? When a poor brother dies, God Almighty surely cries. Think that blood will be of no constructible use right where he lies. But when there's made of stone, I approach the great unknown.
Turn down the covers of his bed and resurrect him from the dead.
When scientific guys need bodies for supplies,
We'll bet a shiny shilling, heaven's all too willing, something should arise.
Doctors need certain parts,
Bleeding kidney.
and if they only need a small intestine,
We've got jaws resting.
when there's a cure, you'll be thanking me for sure.
As long as something hits you in the end, the jaws will
Say what you will.
He means no ill.
He loves the human race.
But what about some poor dead lout who's out of breath with flight?
I feel for them poor stiffs, and for some measly tips,
He works to ease the boredom.
let him get some air.
Try and lie in a case. Bugs or dirt are in your face. You smell so rotten in the air. Just too monotonous to bear.
What I do when I can is to serve my fellow man. So if you want to your can let his conscience rest in peace.
Who are you hiding from out here?
No one. It was just getting a bit stuffy in there, didn't you think?
Was Miss Pross making advances again?
I'm afraid so.
She really is incorrigible.
Lucy!
I'm surprised to see Carton here tonight. And without Stryver. I didn't know you and your father were so friendly with him.
Well, it's Christmas, Charles, and I was afraid he might not have anywhere else to go.
Lucy! I need to know what to do about the desserts. There's one more guest than I was expecting.
Mr. Carton can have mine, Pross.
But I baked your favorite pie.
Please, Pross.
How she haunts my heart. Can she see the way I look at her? I wonder if it shows. Can she read my thoughts? I wonder if she knows. How can I tell her?
Every time I think this endless dance is done,
I'll miss my chance.
He turns away.
I turned away.
I agitate.
Stop wasting time.
I pass my prime of heart 21.
Round and round and round we go,
but
no one ever moves.
How on earth can he not know?
Can she not know I love her?
How I love him.
Now's the time to something. What's the harm?
He's planted there just like a tree.
Break free and take her in your arms.
Quickly, before Miss Pross comes back. Lucy, will you marry me?
Do we have to do it before she comes back?
Hurry, please. Yes or no?
Yes, but whatever took you so long?
Now at last you know what my heart was so afraid to show.
And though
I may be wrong, something tells me that you've known it all along.
I know you're not acquainted with good old English customs, Mr. Darnay. But the mistletoe is over there.
I'm sorry, Miss Pross.
That's all right. You can make it up to me by carving the goose.
I'd be delighted.
Oh, my.
We're going to be married.
Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me, he doesn't deserve you.
Of course he does, and he's very fond of you.
Well, I suppose he's all right then.
Ladies, I believe the mistletoe is over there.
Supper's almost ready, Mr. Carton. Perhaps you won't be so disagreeable after you've had something to eat. Give him his gift in the meanwhile.
My gift?
Of course. Everybody gets a gift at Christmas.
But I don't have anything to give you. Unless leaving Stryver at home counts as a gift.
It's not quite finished yet, but as Miss Pross would say, we can't have you getting sick and spreading heaven knows what around the neighborhood. It's not the best scarf.
Oh, it's a scarf! That's what I thought it was. It's very beautiful, really. Thank you.
Now, I know that wearing this might go against everything that you believe in.
How do you mean?
Well, it might mean that you care about yourself. Just a little.
Lucy, there is actually something I'd like to give you in exchange for this. It isn't much, but it would mean a great deal to me if you would accept it.
Of course I will.
Close your eyes.
Sydney, I'm so sorry.
I don't want you to think that was a spur-of-the-moment kiss. I've been thinking about it for some time now.
Sydney, there's something I must tell you. It only happened just a moment ago, but Charles has asked me to marry him.
I don't suppose there's any chance you said no.
No.
Of course not. Well, then congratulations. I'm not sure if it's actually written anywhere that the best man has to win, but I suppose it's proper. You're going to be very happy, Lucy, and you deserve to be.
Thank you, Sydney.
I should go. Thank you again for this.
Sydney.
I can't believe you're really here. I can't believe you're really mine. And all I'll ever want is you. My dreams came true today.
If dreams came true, I might have been a better man. If dreams came true, you might have set me free. But God is kind, for you he had a better plan, and saved you from the pain of loving me. And even if I'd not surrendered long ago, all you could ever do for me you've done. You were the finest dream a man could ever know, that this abandoned fight might have been won. All voices I had thought long since dead whisper of another life I might have led, but daylight wakes dreams away, dreams that leave a sleeper where he lay.
We have so much, it isn't right to look at earth, our world is new. Another life that came from you, dreams still come true each day.
But there's a part of you I can share, Just like you, your child sees goodness everywhere. When I look into her eyes, there's no disapproving glance, knowing hers an endless second chance. If I could take that second chance, if I could make my life anew, if only dreams came true. What are you weeping for? I am not worth the tears you waste. Not far from now I'll sink once more and even mark the heart that loves you chaste. The low companions, low desires I scorn but yield to every day, make me unworthy of your caring, yet you still won't turn away. I won't forget you wept for me. I might have been a better man. If dreams came true, you might have set me free. But God is kind, for you He has a better plan. And maybe time will tell, I won't forget. He has some plan for me. How blessed I am. And maybe then I'll see
Listen to them, Therese, cheering for aristocrats.
Let them cheer. They make them think it will last forever.
Papa, is this the king's coming? I want to see.
Put something on before you go back out. Honestly, Gaspard, will you let your boy run around?
He's never sick. He's a strong little man, aren't you, Gaspard?
You're about to get a visitor, a new spy from the neighborhood. English.
Come with me, Papa.
Good day, Jacques. And you too, Jacques.
Come with me, Papa, please.
Not just now. You go and have a look. Your boy's quite an admirer of the royal family, ain't he, Jacques? Well, what do you think, Jacques?
You make a mistake, monsieur. My name is Defarge.
Oh, so you're Defarge. You're Dr. Manette's old servant. When he was released from the Bastille, you took care of him.
That's right.
Oh, so what do you think of the news there?
What news? English?
You mean you haven't heard? Dr. Manette's daughter is marrying Charles Darnay. Oh, that's right. You wouldn't know him by that name. He's really the nephew of the Marquis Saint Ephraimond. Can you imagine that? Most people think it was the Ephraimonds that sent Dr. Manette to the Bastille. Oh, and here, the nephew becomes the son-in-law. Well, I just thought the two of you might like to know that. Good day, then.
It can't be true what he says. The doctor would never let his daughter marry an Ebermont.
If it is true, her husband would be wise to stay out of France.
You've had the Evermonds marked in your knitting for years, haven't you, madame?
Since the beginning.
What is it, Gabelle? What's held us up?
It's a child, Excellency, crushed under the wheel.
How did that happen?
No. No, dear God, please, no.
He's at peace, Gaspard. There's no more pain for him. Let him go.
Leave him alone.
Gaspard, let him go.
It's amazing to me that you people can't take better care of yourselves and your children. One or the other of you is always in the way. I just hope there's no harm done to my horses. Gabelle, give him something.
Monsieur.
Murderer!
No, Gaspard! Not here. Not now.
Why not now, Defarge? My son is dead. Why not?
Because they'll cut you down before you could take a step. It won't bring him back. We have to wait.
Which one of you dogs did that? Which one was it, Gabelle?
I didn't see, Excellency.
Pick it up then. I would gladly ride over any one of you and wipe you off the face of this earth. Drive on then. Faster!
No, Ernest. Gaspard is right. What are you waiting for? Out of sight, out of mind. See the child of the stream. Never give them a thought how they live, where they sleep. Grind them into the ground. It's the kind thing to do. Death is welcome retreat from the sorrow they find. Out of sight, out of mind. Here the pain is never out of sight. The sick, the starved, the poor. There is no room for us to turn away. We can't just shut the door. Out of sight, out of mind. Where the strong never look. If we don't come too near, it's as if we're not here. And there's nothing to fear. Out of sight, we have the room to plan. We watch them from afar. They won't suspect that soon we'll see a day where they'll know who we are. And let them stay afraid. Just for now, keep them blind. Patient waits for a spark till the time that is right. We'll remain in the dark. Out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of
caused many aristocrats to flee to England for refuge. In Paris, cases of arson, kidnapping, and murder continue to escalate. The king sent for foreign mercenaries to bolster French troops and quell any civilian uprising.
Letter for you, Mr. Darnay.
Monsieur le Marquis Charles, say never mind. What I must tell you is grim, but your uncle Philippe's been murdered, struck down while working at his desk.
The bank shouldn't send you to Paris now, Mr. Laurie. It's too dangerous.
Who else should they send? I've been Telson's agent in Paris for 40 years. Besides, I've got Jerry Cruncher with me. Anyone who bothers me will have to bother him.
Your boyhood home is only ashes now. All of the servants have fled, and the people demand that you return before more blood is shed.
Everything all right, Darnay?
Yes, Carton, thank you. Everything's fine.
I fear for my life. Please come back to France. Please meet their demands. My life is in your hands.
Sydney, you've been requested.
She's still awake.
Why shouldn't she be awake? Why not have Mr. Stryver here read us another charming bedtime story of murder and mayhem?
No, I'm sorry, Miss Pross. That's all there is.
Now remember, Sydney, you're supposed to be getting her to sleep, so don't be too long-winded.
I'll be gracious and charming. It won't last long.
Mr. Laurie, would you like some company on your ride to Dover?
Of course, as long as Lucy doesn't object.
I'd just like to get out of the city and clear my head for a bit. I'll be back in the morning.
I'll meet you at the bank, Charles, 10 o'clock.
I'll lock you out.
I always knew this day would come. The world I left behind would call. What can I do? Can I refuse? Pretend I don't exist at all? I cannot walk away again. I pray you'll understand. I have no choice but heed a voice who says his life is in my
Tell me another story, Sydney.
One's enough. I'm supposed to be getting you to sleep. You don't want to get me into trouble with your mother, do you? That's good. Trust me, you're not missing anything downstairs anyway.
Dreadfully dull.
Dreadfully dull.
They should drink more.
You know, you don't have to repeat everything you hear me say.
Sorry.
Have you said your prayers yet?
Not yet.
Well, maybe if you say them for me, that will help keep the bad dreams away.
You have to kneel down too.
Sorry. It's been a while.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord
and let dreams take you far, far away from the storm to a summer day warm and fair. Hardly a care finds you, little one.
Little one, ease your heart, close your eyes, and let dreams take you far away from the streams and the smell of death in the air. Hardly a care finds you, little one.
Get up, Gaspard, you're under arrest.
Gaspard, stay where you are. Marsh, don't be a fool. Remember how long we've been waiting, we've been praying for this day. Until tomorrow is upon us, will you follow me today? Look in your hearts and find a soldier, there's no time to be afraid. Until tomorrow is upon us, will you follow me today? A lifetime in a country we could never call our own.
For once we all must stand together, or we'll surely fall alone. Look in the faces of your children, and you cannot turn away.
Tomorrow's dawning, can you see it?
The world the way it ought to be. It won't be long until tomorrow is today.
The time is upon us, we fight now or never. We're lighting a fire they'll remember forever. We go to the Bastille, a symbol of terror. We'll swing the gates open, we'll lead them to freedom, we'll show them the way.
Can you believe Darnay's gone off to France in the middle of all this chaos, and now Lucy and her father have gone off after him?
Darnay's an aristocrat. If this is revolution, they'll kill him.
Yes. Well, maybe she will have a chance to redeem her earlier mistake. She can become Mrs. Stryver after all.
Welcome back, Evremond. You should have an escort. Things could be dangerous for you. Take him to LaFour's prison. For what offense? Under what law? We have new laws and new offenses, since you were here last.
Here's the wind was softly blowing, softly building to a force. For years a storm was slowly growing, now they cannot change the course.
What if he can't be saved? What if he dies? What if she turns to me?
Tomorrow's dawning, can you see it? The world the way it ought to be. It won't be long, it won't be long, it won't be long.